Alright, well, this is the old homestead for the worms. It's getting a little messy here. Scientifically speaking, we've got quite a lot of little machinery projects sort of on the go. Some various things that we've built, machines such as this. We've got other machines for ventilation if we ever get into meat byproducts, things like that. Lots of coffee grinds, things that we've accumulated. There's blenders here to make the vermicomposting stuff, and then of course what's become sort of the hub, the bins. There's essentially three bins stacked there. The fourth one is really just drying out some leaf feed material. The chute bin, which is still under development, that hopefully will be someday used maybe in a apartment dwelling type setting. A couple of extra bins here, although they're transparent, that will maybe hold some grass clippings or something like that to be dried out. But essentially this area, when it started off, was actually a gym. Believe it or not, this is where I had all my exercise equipment. So all of this material that you see here is going to be relocated in the next couple of hours to my garage, and I'm on my way out there now. So I'm going to pause this and then I'll give you a brief shot of the garage, and then I'll stop there for a while, and then we'll continue after I get a little organized and you can see sort of how we progress. But that's where we're at right now, but certainly running out of space, and we need to improve. We've also sort of not really invested in, but we've acquired some interesting metallic style objects, some that have holes in them potentially for sifting material, things like that. So we'll see how it shapes out, but let's go have a look at the garage, and then we'll go from there. Alright, well, as you can see, the garages are garages. This one was clustered with a whole bunch of boxes, most of which have been sort of replaced. Some are going to come down. Most of my tools that have been relocated, so a lot of cleaning out has been done, even though it may not appear that way. Some camping gear. I'm going camping this weekend, so that's going to be taken out. And essentially what's going to happen is this table here, it's going to go up against the back wall. The bins will sit potentially on my, at least for the moment, on my table saw. My router table, even though it's upright, may accommodate another bin. We have shelving units here that we can make use of, so there's lots of space here for the worms. The temperatures now being in the summer months, certainly enough that the worms aren't going to be affected. And so this is the next chapter, and I have to get busy reorganizing this place. So stay tuned, and you're going to see the next shots in the next little while of how we relocate the bins, and hopefully I'll do a reasonably good job. So we'll leave it there for now. Alright, well, tiny bit of progress anyways. There's obviously a lot of boxes here that are going to have to be moved probably into the basement where the other stuff is going to come from. So the camping gear that was over there is now gone. That's going to be taken out, moved into the basement, get ready for the camping trip, and then the bins are coming shortly. So that's where we're at right now, one step at a time. Stay tuned, and the rest is following. Okay, well, here we are back at it again. Another little summary note very quickly here. So I drop things. Obviously things are coming together. We've got the workbench there, some stuff piling up over there, the worm bins here. But here's something interesting. I found an old saw of mine that was based off of a rechargeable battery style, very much like this 16.8 volt. It actually came out of a circular saw, the style that you would use very much, well, it was a 6-inch blade, you know, to cut wood, 2x4s, that sort of thing. And essentially, what I did is I just dissected it, hooked it up to this battery, only to discover, and you'll hear this once I hit the button, rechargeable battery that came out of this project as well. So, you know, sometimes it benefits to clean things up, I guess. So one more little invention to add to our treasure troves, only this one now can work off of rechargeable batteries. Ideally 14.8 volt, but the higher we go, the faster the motor, and it seems to be a pretty powerful one. So that's the update for the moment, and we'll continue as we get all of this stuff a little bit more sorted out. And now I have to find the pause button. There it is. Alright, well, just a brief overview. Nothing too dramatic going on here, but certainly things are starting to clean up. The bins are all gone. The bins are now in the garage, as you saw a little earlier. All of the tools that are still remaining here naturally will be moved out, all of the pails, etc. So that's what I'm working on now. Then I got to get my drill press back where it used to be, and so things are coming along. Here's one of our machines actually that we built. It's a variable speed drill. Sorry, not a variable speed drill, but a variable speed fan. It was plugged in, but it's not. We also have this machine here, which is a ventilator in case we ever get into meat byproducts. Other fan type arrangements such as that to deal with various things. So we're making progress here, and with a little luck and a little more patience, it won't be too long. Been at it for a couple hours now, so almost finished. And then over here, one of the soon-to-be sifting devices, a little small, but going to get bigger. So we're getting there, one step at a time. Alright, well, our last little snippet. A couple of little cleanup items left on the table. The rest of the bins are gone. The garage is looking pretty good. And all this is cleaned up. So I could set my gym, I guess, back up, get the drill press out of here, and pretty soon be back to normal. That piece right there out, that's going to be one of the future sifters. And this, of course, one of the experimental units we're using for the apartments. And then you'll have a last look at the setup in the garage, and maybe a couple of additions from what's left here. And you'll see the new environment, and hopefully the worms will thrive within there. So, so far, so good. All right, there you go. The last concluding part of the whole episode. Bins, etc., everything set up. Food mixers, we got some coffee grinds down there. Hopefully this will work just as well as it did in the basement. And if there's any odors or anything that we have to deal with, well, at least we're outside and we have the temperature to deal with them. So that concludes this this day's afternoon adventure, whatever you want to call it. And thanks for staying tuned. And thanks for participating and watching the move. It's been actually quite fun. Something new, something different, and hopefully something more productive in the future. Thanks again, and you all take care.